Hello guys, what's up? It's Iowa Little Cat here today, and I'm not going to talk too long about this, but just to get this out of the way, I understand I did say return and all that, and I started kind of uploaded 2 videos, but then right after that we ended up moving houses, and we were still getting situated for a while. Well, actually, after I did that, we moved into like a hotel for like a week, and then we moved into our house, so that was like a long drawn out process, so that's why that seemed even longer than what it should have. And then after that we just were getting settled in, and I had work, so any free time that I got, I didn't really want to record. I just kind of wanted to relax. I took a lot of naps and a lot of things that I guess weren't really productive, but I'm here today, and I didn't want to talk too long about that, but I just wanted to kind of touch base on that. But without further ado, we are going to jump right into this video. So today's topic, I think, since it's kind of a big thing that's going around like right now, I just kind of figured I'd tell what I believe is true about it and everything. Now, I'm not like, I don't go out and do like my research on like the facts, because obviously I'm not one of those channels, but like the whole Keemstar and all that drama that's going on, and I just kind of wanted to, just since that was going on, I just wanted to talk about like the whole entire YouTube drama as a whole, and how people are like covering it, and just things about that. So I understand that technically I am kind of doing this, but one thing that I do find dumb about all of YouTube drama is if anybody like roasts anybody or anything happens, there's like thousands of people that just jump on the bandwagon just to get views. I'm not really doing it that way. I'm talking about drama as like in a whole, so I'm not trying to just cover one certain thing like other people are, so that's what kind of makes mine different. But you know what I mean by that. Like, Keemstar does something and someone like Grade A will cover it, and then all of a sudden like thousands of other channels start covering it just because people will be looking that up, and just they're just feeding off of it for views. And then you're going to get all these channels with no subs, or they had no subs, and then they covered one topic and they just explode, but their content actually isn't really that good, but they just made one video that was covering a popular topic at the time. It's just an easy way for a lot of people to get subs and views, and I don't really like that. I mean, I think if people are to get big, I think they should get big off of like what their actual content is, and not what they can just do in like a matter of a crisis or things like that. Other things that I find dumb about it is like things happen in like daily life. I don't get why people have to care so much about it. I'm a fan of Scarce, and Keemstar is alright. I mean, I don't hate him as much as like most people do, just the whole Drama Alert channel. I'll watch it sometimes just to see like kind of news and stuff, but then on there people will like say one thing and then just whole entire fights break out from it, and that's like a part of humans, and that stuff happens. So I don't get why everyone has to explode about it and do everything. Like, everyone gets involved. All of like the big channels and everything, they all get involved, and that's another kind of thing that I'm saying, that people just feed off of that, and they just get views and more subs, and if people choose a side that everybody else is choosing, then more people will go sub to them and then unsub. And all the live sub counters now, those are so dumb. Like, I'll get on YouTube and there's thousands of Keemstar live subs. Like, people can just go look up a sub counter if they want to see it. Why do they have to go watch a stream with music? Like, there's no difference. I could go turn on like Spotify and Pandora, or just on YouTube and listen to music and look at a sub counter if I really cared. I don't get what's so good about them and why so many people watch them and subscribe, and I don't know. I think that's really dumb, and that's just more going off of the YouTube drama thing. Just people feed and feed. I don't know. Some people like it, I guess. I mean, channels like Scarce and Drama Alert, they feed off of that, but they were original. They were before the whole big YouTube drama stuff started happening. They just started doing YouTube news and things like that, so they aren't really just technically feeding off of it. They're just doing what they've always done, and at this point, basically it's their job, because they're getting paid and they're making a living off of it. It's basically their job to cover the news, and if there's big YouTube drama, then, I mean, obviously it's going to be in the news. So I don't get why people can just stay out of it, and they don't have to cover every single story, because there's already massive channels that already are doing that, like Scarce and Drama Alert, and there's probably even more out there that I don't even know of. But then all these other smaller subscriber channels have to go and cover all the stories, and I don't know. and they're not even like bringing anything new to the table. Maybe a couple of them, and that's fine. I don't care if a few do, but they're all like repeating exactly what Keemstar and Scarce and all of them, like all the big channels say. Like I said, there might be more that I don't know of, so they're probably saying stuff from them. Everybody already knows about it because of the big channels, but then they just go and repeat it just so they can get their own views. I think it's dumb, and that's kind of what this was all revolved around, is how people are just feeding off of it, and channels are going the opposite way. And I don't know, I think it's all just dumb and an easy way for people to get subscribers and views and likes. But after I kind of said what I had to say about that, I guess another thing that's pretty stupid about it is how, like, people just blow things out of proportion now. Like, I understand, like, I'm not choosing sides here, but like the whole Keemstar thing that's going on now, I mean, people change. Like, a lot of the things that people are like arguing about is stuff that happened years ago. I mean, people have changed, and obviously he has, because he's not doing all the stuff that he did so long ago. And yeah, maybe people are calling him a hypocrite and stuff because, like, he did it and now he's saying it's dumb and stuff, but honestly, yeah, he doesn't do it anymore, so he's not really a hypocrite. And I can understand some of the things. Like, I can understand why people are hating on him and what the hate's all about. I understand, and part of me doesn't like it either, but I just don't get why that's a lot of people's main roasting point on the whole entire topic, is the fact that all this stuff that happened years ago, he's just now getting people mad at him for. And if you're gonna get mad at him for stuff, get mad at him for stuff that's right now. Don't just like go back in the past just to find something to be mad at him out. I guess that's one thing that I'm just trying to say about it. But honestly, I think the whole entire thing of YouTube drama is dumb. I mean, yeah, drama's gonna happen, and yeah, there's gonna be news channels, which I kind of enjoy watching them just to see kind of what's been happening. And you see things that I don't really like keep up with Twitter, so I don't see any big YouTube things. Like, a while back there was like so many like YouTubers that got in car crashes, and I wouldn't have known about that if it wasn't for Scarce and Keemstar and all of them, because I don't really keep up with that stuff. So it's nice to have a channel that shows it, but not the whole entire YouTube community needs to go down if somebody roasts somebody. Just let them work it out themselves. You don't have to get the whole entire website in on it just to shut them down or just go attack them. And I think that if there's a dispute between two YouTubers or whatever, maybe more than two, just multiple YouTubers, or something went bad with even just one YouTuber, I don't think the whole entire site needs to blow up just because of that one thing that just happened. I think that should not be a thing. I understand it's still going to happen, and there's nothing I can say about it, especially me being so small, but I just think, yeah, people are still going to do it, and it's still going to happen, but I think that we should just tone it down, honestly. We don't need that many people covering the stories. I can't even like watch a video without my recommendations being whatever the most latest YouTube drama is, and 3,000 people like showing what happened, whenever I could just watch one person and see the exact same thing. It's just repetitive and it gets old. I mean, that's just what I think. Some people may really like it, and obviously they do, because that's why there are channels out there for that kind of stuff. But we don't need as many as we honestly have, because soon all those channels are just going to die, like the ones that have just gained hundreds of thousands of subscribers just because they covered a few topics, because there's been a lot of YouTube drama lately, so they just cover a few, and then they just gain so many subs. And then after all this finally ends and we all realize that it's dumb, then they're just going to die. And like, they'll obviously still have quite a few subscribers, and they're going to stay bigger than what they were before, yes, but they're not going to be as popular as what they were just whenever the whole entire drama thing was going about. And that's kind of what, I mean, it's kind of dumb, because they're only doing it for the subscribers, but they're just going to lose them, and then it's going to be hard for them to gain them back, because they did lose that many subscribers, and people are going to know who he was or she was, and then they're going to know why they died, and they're not going to want to really come back. So they're going to tell other people that they're dumb, or all this other stuff, and then they almost kind of ruined it for themselves. So I think people should just do what they did before, honestly, and just earn their subs the way that they did before, and making their own content, whatever that is, whether it's gaming, vlogging, all that, anything, like whatever they did. Everybody should just go back to doing what they were doing and earn subs in their own way, and it's just going to make the site better, because we don't want it to go downhill. A lot of people love YouTube. I know I love YouTube, and we just don't want to see people like going down. And if everybody starts dying, then as soon as all the big channels start dying, then basically the whole entire site will start dying, because a lot of people will stop watching, and people will be unsubbing, and then everybody's going to start covering all of that, and then you're just not going to get any more good content, because nobody's going to try anymore, because they're losing subs, and it's just going to go downhill from there. So if everybody could just come back together and just realize it's not worth what everybody's going through about it, and we should all just realize that and just go back to the way it was before, and we would be able to, as Grade A Andre says, make YouTube great again, and it'd be worth it. I mean, I know I love YouTube. It's still a great place, but I can just see it now. I mean, if YouTube's headed down the path that it is now, with all the channels that are here now, it's just going to start dying down, and it's not going to be the site that it used to be, especially a few years ago. I mean, it's already completely different, and I just don't want it to keep declining. I mean, there's still great things about YouTube, yes, but I mean, just there's some things about it that are just like declining, and I'm not going to go into specifics on like what specific things are going bad. It's just I know a lot that has to do with it is people are getting lazy, honestly, and once they reach a high enough subscriber count, then they're like, I'm just going to keep gaining because I have so many subscribers, and they stop trying. I mean, there's some that still try, and obviously they're still trying, but like before, they were producing the best of their ability. Like, they were trying super hard to get subscribers and gain subscribers, but as soon as they gain as many as they want, like reach 1 million, or mainly that's mainly when it seems like they stop doing good, is a few months after they hit 1 million and they're staying above 1 million and still gaining, their content just slowly starts to decrease. They do it without you really noticing it, but they just slowly start to stop trying as hard, because they don't care about gaining subscribers anymore, because they are already making a lot of money with 1 million subscribers. And it's just, I don't know, it's just bad. And like I said, there are still channels out there that do produce great content even after that, and don't get me wrong, the content is still great, but if you look at it compared to their older videos when they were trying to gain everyone's likes and attention, and you can tell that there's just a big difference between it. Obviously they're still making great content, otherwise they'd just lose all of their subscribers. But if you just kind of look back from whenever they were around 100,000 up and they're just trying to keep pushing, then you can tell that yes, they've become more experienced, but you can tell that they're not putting as much effort into it, just because they know that people already like them and they don't have to try and get people to like them. That's just one thing that I've always noticed. But that's pretty much all that I've had to say, and I kind of added a little bit more on to what I think about the site. And I still love YouTube, and I think we just need to make the site great again. And I mean, I love it, and a lot of other people love it, and I just want people to still watch it and keep everything alive. And I don't want the site to die anytime soon, so that's the only reason I'm saying this. And I just figured I'd share my thoughts about the whole entire thing, because I've thought of a few things that I haven't heard anybody say. There probably is somebody out there, but none of the bigger people I've heard say anything. So I just figured I'd kind of share my opinions, and tell me what you guys think down below. Tell me if you agree with me, disagree with me, and why. And that's pretty much it. So this has been Out Little Cat, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Next one.